Let's do it. Let's do it. We getting Renee to tap in.
Hello there. What's up?
What's up, Renee? What's the deal?
How you doing? I'm in the house, bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. What you doing?
I appreciate you for tapping in with me. Thank you for pulling up and taking the time out to come and show your love and grace us with your presence.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I remember the last time when I first met you, we met at the party.
Yeah, birthday things. Yes, y'all don't know he was the DJ for my party, so I appreciate that. It was dumb lit in there, so thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. I want to congratulate you on your on the award you just got on the Trailblazer Honorary Award.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was big for me because I've gotten a lot of different awards on the court. So the awards that are off the court, they have a little special place for me because I'm just not used to getting them yet. So it was an award about being a trailblazer in women's basketball and doing things with my foundation. So for me, that was like, it felt good.
That's dope. That's definitely dope. So let's take it back. What age did you start hooping?
Oh, man, I started hooping, I started hooping young, but I started seriously hooping around 11. When I say seriously, that means like at 11, I was taking it like every day. I was figuring out a way I could get better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. So do you remember anything from the first game you ever played?
Oh, my goodness. I can't remember the first game I ever played, but I can remember trying out for an AAU team. And I was so nervous because it was like the big leagues to me. It was a traveling team. We're going to be going all over the country. So I can just remember how nervous I was the night before and just like worried if I was good enough. That was kind of my whole youth thing. Like, am I going to be good enough? So that was my driving force.
Yeah, well, look at you now. And I know you made that team too.
I made the team. I did make the team, but I wasn't playing much. I made the team to clap. So I was clapping real hard and I was cheering my teammates on. And then that became my motivation because I was like, look, I want to play. So I started working even harder so that I could have like a role on the team.
Okay, cool. I also seen you went to school in West Virginia.
Yeah, I grew up in West Virginia and went to the UConn for university.
That's dope. See, UConn, that UConn, y'all dangerous. That school is elite. That school is top of the top.
Yeah, I'm proud to be an alum from there. We have bragging rights every year. I mean, they haven't necessarily won the championship these past couple years, but the bragging rights are still there.
Of course. Like who wouldn't want to go to UConn?
Listen, I don't know. I went, so I don't know who would make that bad decision.
I went to Crested King High School. I went to Crested King High School for 2 years.
With my former teammate. What's up, Adrian? Gosh, Jeff Adrian just is on the chat. He's a fellow Husky as well. But yeah,
I know Jeff Adrian.
You know him?
I know who he is. I know who he is. Yeah. I watch a lot of sports. I know who he is.
Okay.
We got to get him to tap in too.
All right, tap in, Jeff. But yeah,
like,
so for me, it was an easy decision, like, and you played with my old teammate Tina Charles, because I mean you went to school with her. I mean, where she went to school.
I went to school with Tina. Yeah, that's my girl right there.
Yeah, no, that's like family. So if you went to UConn and at any point, it's almost like this sorority we have. So you already know that's my homie.
Okay, that's what's up. And of course, you played overseas too. So when the season ends, when the WNBA season ends. Overseas, like, is it an option for you, or is it just?
It's an option. So it is an option, and so that's why if you complain about being overseas and like it's your choice, but it's an option. And then again, a lot of people, we don't see it as it being an option because you want to make as much money as you can because you can't play sports for a long time. So it's not like if you're a doctor and you can be a doctor until you're 80, honestly. But with sports, there's a certain time frame where people want to pay you to run and jump. And so for us as athletes in the WNBA, we don't necessarily get paid the millions that the men get paid. So we do in the off season, which is still our in season, we do go overseas to various places. And we usually go about 2.5 weeks after our WNBA season is finished.
Oh, right away.
Right away.
So what's the experience like over there?
It's different, And so for me, I'm a big time homebody. So it's kind of easier for me to navigate in a sense that overseas, it's not like, I mean, there are places over like Israel. It's like little America. It's popping over there. You can go to the club. They playing whatever's hot right now in America. Yeah? They playing it over there in Israel. So Israel's little America, but the other places it's different because you're not going to be able to just go out and talk to people on a normal basis. You're submerged in another culture. So for me, it was not very hard in the sense that it was a growing experience, and I was at home, so I'm not, that doesn't bother me much. But for a lot of people, they struggle with that.
See,
it's like being self-quarantined right now, except for you just go to practice.
Yeah, they need to just cut that check. That's what they need to do.
Cut the check.
Listen, I'm a fan of WNBA basketball. Like I watch WNBA basketball, you know. So it's like, man, listen, I know if I'm tuning in, it's a bunch of other people tuning in too. You know what I'm saying? And take care of the ladies, man. Take care of the ladies. That's what y'all gotta do. Cut the check.
Hey, listen, and the CBA, the new CBA actually did give us more money. So that's why I don't want to sit here and be like, yo, we need more money. Like, we did get more money. Obviously, we want to get to a different level and not have to go overseas at a certain point for some people. But so I don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, and we did just get more money in our new CBA. But obviously, if somebody would cut me an NBA check, I don't care if it's for sports or TV. Look, cut the check, okay?
Yes. You hear that? You hear that? So what are some of the things that people don't understand about women's basketball?
All right, so women's basketball, the thing that people, while we can't dunk like the men, there are plenty of women that do dunk, but while we can't dunk like the men and while we might not have as athletic plays, the product is good. The women's basketball, if you go watch, it's good basketball. And the reason you can tell that, it's not just my opinion, but look at the people that support women's basketball. You have Kobe Bryant, who was an avid fan of women's basketball. Rest in peace. LeBron James, who's a fan. Steph Curry. So your faves are fans of the WNBA, and you're clowning the WNBA. So something's wrong with that picture, and it's not them. So I just it's the product is there. We're still gonna work hard, and it's always a growing process. But for me, the product is there, and people just have to look at it and give it a chance.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So how do you balance out like a typical day? With life, work, family.
Yeah. So for me, my days are kind of getting busier now. It's in a good way. So when I went into the quarantine, I had so many things planned. I was supposed to call the NBA G League finals. I was supposed to call the NCAA women's tournament. I was supposed to do the Dos Equis 3x3 tournament at the men's. Yeah. So I had some big gigs coming up. So for me, when everything stopped, I was like, oh my gosh, am I unemployed for real? I literally became unemployed. I went from having so much planned to all of a sudden I don't even have a job. So I was like, whoa, okay, this is different. And maybe the first 3 days I kind of was chilling, watching the news 24 hours. But now I've gotten into a routine where I work out daily. Now I'm doing Zoom interviews. I did one with Fox Sports South with my coach and my teammates. So now things are starting to pick up in the normal sense for where I'm doing different things. Like after you, I'm going to another interview. So for me, that's a comfort zone because I like being busy and working and getting some money and different things like that. So I'm not going to ever be the type to just sit around.
Okay, that's what's up. So I ain't gonna hold you too long. I got another question for you. Who are your basketball idols, male and female?
Basketball idols. So this I've never given this answer before, but probably because we're watching The Last Dance, right? And I can think back to the old NBA video games, and I used to always play with Steve Kerr or Tony. What was the Tony guy's name on the Bulls? But I used to always. Yeah, Tony Kukoc. So let me just say, back in the day, since we're on The Last Dance right now and it's a big topic, I used to always play with Steve Kerr and Tony Kukoc. So I'm going to say that those two, because they were shooters and I thought that they had valuable roles on teams, but sometimes it was subtle, sometimes it was big. So I liked that when I was younger. And I would say them for the male side. On the women's side, man, that's difficult. There's so many point guard greats. There's
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say,
got some good ones
I'm gonna just go with the Husky point guards that came before me were inspiration for me because when I went to UConn, they were the standard that I had to meet.
Okay, and you got 2 chips. 2 chips.
I got 2 WNBA championships, 3 high school, one college.
Woo! I got jewelry.
I got little rings and things. I never wear them, but I do have some jewelry.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. See that you're rare. You're
listen,
rare.
I'm blessed.
See, it's not
I'm blessed.
That's one on all levels.
Yeah, but I'm blessed because it takes everything going right. So everybody's this good, and then some people get hurt, and then some teams have bad chemistry. So it took a lot of everything going right those years, so I'm thankful.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, my last question for you, because this is something new that you're doing now, right?
What we got for me?
I want to know, how did you get into being sports analysis?
Okay, so it's interesting because I kind of thought, since I played in the WNBA, when I started, I had been in the WNBA 10 years. So I kind of thought it was going to be a simple process. Like, hey, you guys, I worked with ESPN before. Can you guys kind of put me through a little test, an interview, and see if you guys want me back? And it didn't go smooth like that. They were kind of like, no, we're not onboarding people right now. And, so I'm like, oh, man. So then I started reaching out to people. So I just started putting out feelers. I started doing things for free, and those free things I used as my reel, and then I created a reel, and then I started pitching myself again. And full circle, the first yes I got, which I will not forget, was the NBA G League team here in Atlanta, the Skyhawks. They said yes to me for being the color commentator for them, and then like at that point, things started taking off, because then I became the color commentator for the Skyhawks, and then I did the NBA G League showcase for ESPN. Because they liked what I was doing. So it ended up being a domino effect that was such a blessing, and it was not an easy road. So I'm really proud of where I am, because I didn't have the red carpet rolled out for me.
That's hot. That's hot. And I remember screenshotting. I was showing you. I was watching you on TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sent that. You did.
Yeah. See, I'm on it. I'm on it.
I appreciate that. Shouts to PG Sports out here.
PG Sports, thank you for tapping in. Okay.
Yeah,
now
I'm just shouting out the people tapping in, so that they, NBA Jonathan, PG Sports, all of these people, because they're showing you big time love. You get big time love out here.
I appreciate. Listen, I got you on here. Listen, we good. I got you on here. Now look,
I like that.
This is my last one.
All right, what's up?
All right, playing or commentating?
Ooh. Some good questions. I like that. Man, it's tough, because I think I have two different separate passions. I know it's like a politically correct answer, but I miss both when I'm doing the other. So it's hard for me, because when I'm playing, once the season and stuff gets going, I know that I'll still want to be calling the NBA games and seeing it from that aspect. And then in the off season, I'm gonna miss ball. So that's always going to be a thing. So if I had to choose which one, man, I would say at this point in my career right now, I'm choosing TV. I'm choosing TV because I'm 11 years deep in the WNBA, and I'm looking towards TV. Not that I'm not thinking about, because let me clarify, I still love the WNBA, but I think that from now moving forward, that I would say it's a different type of pleasure that I didn't know, because for sports, I knew that playing and get the fulfillment of making a shot, but now, if I make a call, if I'm like, oh, they're probably going to run a pick and roll and look for the lob. If they do that, after I say it, oh, I'm turned. I'm like, oh, I knew it. I'm turned up. I knew it. So I get the same excitement with different things.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, I thank you for tapping in with me. And
DJJUS, thank you for having me.
I really appreciate you. And I will definitely keep in contact with you. All right.
I appreciate that. Later.
All right. Later on.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Oh, man.